that down, let's talk about this for a bit.
Uh-oh.
You know, when we all heard that Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan were teaming up again, and then we heard it was going to be like a period piece vampire kind of movie, we all said, okay, show us. What do you got? Then the trailers have come out. They were all amazing. The trailers were great. Then the first reactions came out, and they were all gushing. As of right now, as of this speaking, with getting close to 200 reviews, Sinners is sitting at a 97%, both with the critics and with the audience, which is thoroughly impressive.
It's crazy.
I went to go see it yesterday, and Rob, I know you went to go see it too. We didn't see it together. We saw it separately. And all I can say is, as we approach May, this is the best film of the year so far.
Oh.
It's easily the best horror film of the year so far. Like that's easy. This is the best movie of the year so far. And for those of you who might have caught my out of the theater reaction on Sinners last night, one of the things I said was, this is how good this movie is. That about a half hour into the film, as they're setting up the story of Michael B. Jordan playing twin brothers who, from Mississippi in the, I believe it's the 1920s, 1930s. 32. Had gone to Chicago, kind of lived that mob life, made themselves into something, and now have come back to Mississippi, and they decide they're going to start, in modern vernacular, a nightclub. They're going to start a juke joint for the people, right? That's going to be their new business. And they're getting reconnected now. They're running into people that they all haven't seen in 7 years. You find out each one of the two brothers has a bit of a background story and all this kind of stuff. And half hour into the movie, I turned to Ann, I'm like, I had completely forgotten that this is a vampire movie. Like the story is so good. I would have been totally okay if no vampires ever showed up. The story was so good and so interesting that I was just eating it up and I was loving it. And then vampires show up and then it kicks it up a notch. And I'll tell you what, this movie is deep. It's sultry. The music is amazing. The vampire even has his own musical number, and it might have been my favorite one of the movie. When the action's rolling, the action's great, but it's character, story, narrative, tone, atmosphere, the music. It just all sets it so beautifully, and it sets the stage so great that I was absolutely enraptured with the movie. And then you get to the end, and there is significant post-credit scene. Don't leave when the credits start rolling, because especially the mid-credit scene's like 10 minutes long, and it's excellent.
Oh, wow.
It's excellent. Like there's a real purpose for
10 minutes. That's a lot. That's a lot to miss.
I mean, I didn't look at my watch, but to me, it felt like it was about 5 to 10 minutes. And it's just fabulous. Look, I don't know that this is going to end up, and I said this in my out of the theater reaction too. I don't know if this is going to end up in my top 5 favorite movies of the year, but it very well could. I mean, it's really early in the year, but this movie is just of such quality that I'm not going to be surprised if we get to the end of the year and we find out, and I end up putting this in like my top 5.
I just wanted to point out that the composer for that was Ludwig Göransson,
who works with Ryan Coogler all the time.
Yeah, so.
And also did the music for The Mandalorian. He's got a couple of Oscars, I believe. He's got Oscars and Emmys, and the music in it is just fabulous. And this kid who plays the two Michael B. Jordans' little cousin.
What a find.
I think in the movie he's supposed to be like 17 or something like that. I can't remember exactly.
He's 21 in real life.
But when he speaks, I turned to Ann and said, that voice is not coming out of that little body. Like he's just got this rich voice. And then when he sings, oh my God, when he sings. So anyway, I'm not going to go into the detail. There was one scene in the movie that I understood the artistic approach they were taking to it. Didn't work for me, but that was like 1 minute scene. Again, to me, Sinners, best film of the year so far. And as great as Michael B. Jordan is, and he's great in this, and Haley Steinfeld is great in this, every time Delroy Lindo has dialogue, he steals the scenes. His character is great. that's not going to surprise anybody. Delroy Lindo's great. In other news, water wet, but Delroy Lindo's great in this. Anyway, Rob, I thought this was the best movie of the year we've had so far. What did you think about Sinners?
Dude, this movie is gobsmacking to me. It's why I love movies, to be honest. And every time I think about, I'm always talking about authorship. Like when I go see a film, I want to see something that I know has true authorship behind it. I think Ryan Coogler proves with this film he's one of the most important cinematic voices that's working today.
Yeah.
This is all him. I just interviewed Ruth Carter, who won 2 Academy Awards working with him on both Black Panther and Wakanda Forever, doing the costumes. She did the costumes for this, and we were talking all about it. She's been working with Delroy Lindo since forever, all the way back to Malcolm X. And I was watching this movie, John. One of the things that they don't tell you in the marketing is how good this music is, how big a component the music is to this movie, the blues and all that. I mean,
Yeah.
I look, one of my favorite movies of all time is Bertrand Chavigner's Round Midnight, which is a movie about jazz, and I love Herbie Hancock doing the score for Antonioni's Blow Up. I mean, I love jazz music. I love blues music. The musical component in this film cannot be, they didn't even put it in the trailers. There was, in the early trailers for this, there's no music at all practically. And it's I was enraptured by this movie. And like you, I went in and immediately forgot that it was supposed to have a horror component. I was so drawn in the cinematography. He works with a female cinematographer. I'm drawing a blank on her name. This film is so rich on so many levels. I can't even articulate how much I love this movie. This movie is an important movie. It's an important American movie. It's an important Black movie. It's an important movie about the South, the time, the era. There's a Chinese family and Ruth was telling me they did this research that in the South, in Mississippi at the time, there was a large Chinese component that lived there that was very religious.
Oh, yeah.
That they were Christian. There's so much, we talk about, this movie has a lot about race relations in it. It doesn't bang you over the head. It's what this movie was about. And I was so engaged on so many levels watching this movie. I just sat there. I was in cinematic heaven watching this film. And then after all, that's a great shot, by the way. Spoiler alert. But the I don't know, man. This is why movies exist.
The cinematographer you're looking for is Autumn Arkapaw.
Yeah.
And just, you heard Rob mention Ruth Carter, who is, of course, a multi-Academy Award winning designer, worked with Ryan Coogler and Black Panther and stuff like that. She's the designer for this, and you're going to see in the next couple of days, Rob just went to go interview her for Designing Hollywood. So to talk about Sinners, that's going to be coming up on our channel in the next couple of days, which should lead us to, like, the costume design.
Yeah, she also...
It's insane.
Insane.
Between the boys coming back from Chicago and dressed up like gangsters in the 1930s and the costuming of the people in Mississippi.
And she tells a story about how Ryan Coogler said, okay, one of the boys has red in his wardrobe. And like the hat he was wearing, and she was saying that the hat had its own like leather case that they would carry it around so it wouldn't get dirt on it. Nothing would. The red hat had to be meticulous. That was smoker stack wears. And it's just hilarious. But this film, everybody should go see it. And by the way, in the different formats, you can see it in 70 millimeter. You can see it in IMAX. Go see it on the biggest screen you can with the best sound system, because man, is this movie
I went to go see it in Ann, and I went to go see it in the AMC Dolby Prime.
Yeah.
But I could see why I want to see this on an IMAX screen as well. Guys, it's the best movie of the year so far.
And you know what? You know what's really cool about it? Ryan Coogler could have done anything. He could have taken some other big gig, making a big IP project. He made something deeply personal to him. He used his clout, well, just like what Christopher Nolan did.
Said a lot of the story was influenced by stories of his grandfather.
Yes.
And
And he did what Nolan did after The Dark Knight. He goes and makes Inception.
Yeah.
And then Coogler uses his clout to do this. This is the move, man. I'm so impressed by everything about this movie. Everything about it. Cody Miller was talking about going to see this, and he texted me last night. He goes, what a ride, or what a journey, A+.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's just as good as I was hoping it could be. Guys, question is for you. Did you have a chance to see Sinners yet? If not, are you planning on it? I mean, this could be our first legit Best Picture nominee. Because while I said I'm not 100% sure it'll end up in my top 5, I have very little doubt. Listen, if this movie doesn't end up in my top 10 of the year, this is going to be one of the greatest years in cinematic history.
Yeah.
Because for there to be 10 films this year that are better than Sinners, I think this is our first look at one of the upcoming Best Picture nominees. I think this is going to get a Best Picture nomination.
And just such a great film from a great filmmaker, man.
Anyway, guys, whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.